We have so much to get to with our final trade of the day. Let's bring in Joel Hawthorne of the Morning Snapshot. Joel, always wonderful to have you on the show. I want to start with Boeing. The company is making headlines with its Dreamliner now.
Yeah, Boeing has been in the news for all the wrong reasons here, probably ever since the pandemic began, maybe even prior to that. Recent news has been problems with the production of the 787. But if you kind of take a look at the chart with me here, Boeing's just the technical analysis says that it's been trading in a range here between 160s and 180s since about mid-June. And even with this bad news, nothing seems to really get the chart kind of really aggressively selling off, kind of finding support at those 160 levels and hasn't been able to really break above that 180 for quite some time. For me, looking at this, quite frankly, I do like Boeing in the long haul, maybe second quarter of next year. But for right now, I would like to kind of play off of this trading range. So I'm going to kind of be looking at these levels as opportunities to get in, maybe hold on to a position and see what happens.
Another stock you're watching here is Roku. What can you tell us about that streaming company?
Yeah, Roku is interesting. Roku, I think there's still just quite a bit of optimism around Roku. I think right now it's one of those stocks that I think will survive no matter what. I think it picked up a lot of momentum around the COVID and pandemic time, where there's a lot of people just streaming and kind of cutting the cord on cable. But also, I think as we go into the future, I think Roku is that name where some might find Netflix to be a little bit too expensive as far as the share price is concerned. You still can get into that streaming and downloading through Roku. And I think Roku, there's a lot of optimism there heading into the future. We kind of see there's a lot of bullish optimism there. I like Roku as a buy and a hold for a long term for myself personally. And I think that even around just the current climate, the volatility that's been increased in the market, Roku has found an opportunity to rally during these kind of trying times in the market we've seen over the past few days.
I have to ask you about the market. Were you ready for the selling pressure that we are now seeing?
Great question, Angie. I kind of anticipated a bit of a sell-off, quite frankly. We were trading at all-time highs in so many different stocks, trading at all-time highs in the NASDAQ. And anytime we're trading at those highs, you have to kind of be a bit concerned. Were we just really overbought? I mean, look at all the economic news. It's still quite dire out there. Unemployment still doesn't look good. We know a lot of businesses aren't really fully staffed and fully opened. So with that being said, for us to be trading so high with so much going on right now, did cause for caution.
Great trader talk today. Thank you so much, Joel.
Thanks for having me, Angie.
More Business First AM. Check us out on social media. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. And go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.